Hi, my name is Steve, and I'm going to introduce you to our company, GroundTech. It's a family-owned business out of Forest Lake, Minnesota. We specialize in sewer and water repairs, sewer and water installations, excavation, and septic work.
Been in business since '06, doing a little bit of everything outdoors, from landscaping to excavating.
Pete started the business in '06 and was doing a little bit of everything, but got into some pool work, and then in '08 me and Steve joined, and we were just kind of focusing on sodding, putting grass in yards for landscapers. So we worked as a subcontractor to the landscaper, and then as business goes, you kind of work that out for a year or two and then think like, well, I want to be the landscaper. So then we got into high-end landscaping. That was our niche, our thing that we wanted to excel at, and we did that for a few years, and then we moved into the excavating business when we got in with the track home builders. And now that's kind of our bread and butter, and we do a bunch of track home excavations, and we're starting to add sewer and water installations and repairs to that book of work.
So over the last 15 years in business, we specialized in excavating and sewer and water and grade work. What comes along with the excavating is installing new sewer and water systems, and we got really good at the sewer and water service aspect of the excavation. And so we started to specialize into sewer and water service and repairs. And we've been doing that for the last couple years. We believe we're top-notch for that business because we bring an office staff that understands the customer's needs and understands that that's an emergency when their sewer is backed up. They understand that when the water line's leaking out at the street that we don't want to waste water and that we have to get on the job and get that fixed. And so we bring many, many years of heavy equipment operation and experience to that business. Since 2006, we've done thousands and thousands of homes, new homes in particular. And we deliver excellence in every dig that we do for our customers. And that's what we bring to the sewer and water business as well.
If you've got a backed up drain, we are GroundTech and we are happy to serve you. We want to make your experience as pleasant as possible without having an issue per se in your basement, such as a flood.
They figure out they've got a slow draining sewer or a sewer that might be completely blocked and the water's starting to fill up their basement, wreck their stuff. And so they hit the phone, hit the internet, and try to find somebody reputable to get them in their house to take a look at what's going on. So we're on the receiving end of that call. They call us and say, hey, I've got a slow draining pipe, or I got an emergency, you need to get over here now. And the office fields that phone call, relays it to Pete, gets it out to the field, and we get them a service truck. And we take a look at what they got going on, stick a camera down the pipe, figure out if it's an obstruction or if it's a tree that grew a root through the pipe. And if it's something that we can root her out right there and get them flowing again, we do that. And if it's a kind of repair where there's a root in the pipe and we can't get it out and there's kind of major damage, then we schedule a repair crew to come out there and dig up the front yard and get down to that pipe and replace that section.
Could even be a leaky water line. And the water's just coming up through the basement as well. There's many variables out in your yard that could be going on under the ground per se.
So if you've got water coming up from your drain or from the floor there and you suspect you've got a drain problem, we can get in there and take a look at what the issue is, right? So again, the minor issue is just going to be a dirty drain, and that can be jetted out with like a pressure washer, right? You stick that down the line, and as it's going down the line, it's shooting a hole through whatever material's in that pipe, and then it's also shooting backwards to clean the pipe as it goes. And we can make quick work of that. That's a very easy fix to get a homeowner back running again and get his pipe cleaned out and set them on the straight path for a good 10, 20 years of service.
You know, let's take a peek at your age of your pipe. Let's go to what kind of pipe it is. Let's look at its lifespan and cycle and longevity. Let's also go a step further. Once we get it cleaned out and figured out, let's see if we got any roots growing in the joints. New pipe's all glued together and sealed. Old pipe is just basically butted together and made to work and run downhill. So the roots like to feed off water and food, and that's where they find it. So they tend to get into the old pipes a lot easier. So at a point you might need a pipe replacement.
say we find ourselves after cleaning the pipe out and things are kind of running again, but we run a scope down it and we find a crack in the pipe. It could be just a minor crack, but it's not disjointed so much where that you'd want to replace it. If there's just a minor crack in the pipe and we see that with the camera after everything's cleaned out, then you can come in and shoot a trenchless liner in that pipe, right? And buy them another 10 or 20 years of running.